All right, everybody, welcome back to round 3 of FNM here at Nerd Rage Gaming. I'm your host, Andrew Donnelly. With me, as always, my co-host,
Mad Dog, Mass Destruction, Medical Doctor,
Matt Dow. And here we go again with Noah Cohen on Blue-Black Control and Ben Sliwa with Jeskai Tokens. These are our X1 players, correct?
These are a few of the X1 players.
A few of the X1 players.
Two of the 4 X1s.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of a small event here tonight, so
yeah.
You have to run back some of the old decks we've already seen already, which is kind of unfortunate, but I guess people staying at home don't have the cards yet.
Yeah, definitely wanting to probably... Oh, well, we're getting started already, so we've got Noah on the play here.
They turn 1 Dismal Backwater. Ben with turn 1 Mystic Monastery, so he's got perfect mana.
Loves it. You love seeing the turn 1 Mystic Monastery.
There's another Dismal Backwater, so Noah has all his colors online also. So he casts all his double blue, double black spells.
We watched Noah last round lose to a Tamir mid-range deck. How do you think his control deck here is going to face off against the tokens list?
I don't think this is that great of a matchup for him either.
Really?
Ben can play a lot of threats on his end step and stuff.
Sure.
He can just play at instant speed, which is nice. So, I mean, Noah and Hero's Downfall, I think, is miserable against a token deck. So, but Noah's going to be relying pretty heavily on Bile Blight and Perilous Vault and stuff.
Okay. So,
Ben does raise the alarm. Then he plays a Mystic Monastery after attacking for 2, and then he plays a Soulfire Grandmaster, which looks like Noah may dissolve. I do think, though, that Crux of Fate does help in this type of matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a pretty decent sweeper. Although, I think, like I said, I think Perilous Vault is better than Crux of Fate.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup definitely allows Noah to turn on his Bile Blights more effectively, his Drown in Sorrows more effectively. This is the matchup where those cards definitely impact the board, where against the Tamir deck, they didn't really do anything.
No, they were pretty bad. So, Noah downfalls the Soulfire Grandmaster on Ben's end step. He is going to play an island and pass it back. So, looks like he does have 5 lands in his hand, so he can start firing off Jace's Ingenuities. Ben's going to play a Flooded Strand, and he's going to attack with his 2 soldiers. Poke for 17. So,
Ben doesn't look like he wants to overextend that much, but then again, it doesn't look like he also has that many creatures in the game.
He has a bunch of burn spells and stuff.
Yeah.
Which isn't, I mean, that's kind of an issue for Ben, is that he could use some more pressure on the board,
mm-hmm.
and then back it up with burn spells, or maybe even a Jeskai Ascendancy, so he can start looting through his deck. But he doesn't really have either of those things. It's weird. I mean, he knew what Noah was playing, so it's kind of odd that he kept his hand. But I think he's on the fire a bunch of burn spells at your face plan right now. He is. Looks like I think he's going to fire off a Stoke the Flames here.
I like the idea of not committing too many of his token producers to the board against this blue-black control list.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. But I think, I wouldn't cast a Hordling Outburst into 4 mana, so my opponent could just untap and Crux of Fate me.
Yep.
I might cast an end steps, another Raise the Alarm.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Especially when my opponent really isn't doing anything.
Just to produce the extra power on board.
So, if we had to Raise the Alarm here, we'd be able to cast that and then convoke it with Stoke the Flames. So, but I think he's just going to Stoke the Flames. But, I don't know. Yeah, I think he has to do something here. You can't just keep passing. And I know it's casting spells into control decks open mana is kind of bad.
Yep.
But I don't know. Especially after I see my opponent, he might not do it that turn, because Noah really hasn't done anything either.
Well, there's an interesting play by Ben. Going to run out the Jeskai Ascendancy into open mana.
It's going to resolve. And I think that's another reason, sort of why I like to kind of maybe try to stoke him there.
Yeah.
Although, Stoke's way better with Jeskai Ascendancy.
Yeah.
So maybe it's more correct to hold it. But I kind of want to try to bait something. I don't know if maybe Noah counters that with a Dissolve or something, and then I'm sweet, now I can resolve a Jeskai Ascendancy that I draw off the top of my deck.
Sure. And now end step, Noah has the ability to dig through time if he chooses.
I think he's probably going to, I think he's probably going to Jace's Ingenuity. Although, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like if we dig through time, what are we looking for? Like Perilous Fall, because Perilous Fall is pretty good on this board.
I mean, I think if
Blight's pretty good.
Silmengrad is what you're looking for, right? You're looking for the new dragon.
Well, but we're still a couple of turns from casting that, and like
Sure.
we're in trouble right now because Ben has a couple of cards in his hand, and I mean he has multiple Stokes, so
Yeah.
we don't know that. But even one Stoke is 8 damage right here. So he is going to cast Jace's Ingenuity, and he did find pretty much perfects, and he found a Bile-Blight and a Dissolve. So he's going to be able to Bile-Blight these tokens and then leave up Dissolve. And I think if I'm I'd probably just fire off the Bile-Blight right here.
A lot of cards in hand. That's what you're looking for the control deck. You want to make sure you refill your grip
Yeah.
as often as possible.
Take your land drops and,
Yeah.
and refill your hand.
So he's got a few lines here, right?
Yeah, so he's going to go lead with the Bile-Blight on the tokens, which I think is correct. I mean, those tokens really aren't that scary. I mean, I probably wouldn't have Bile-Blighted them had he not Jeskai Ascendancy.
Yeah.
So, and I imagine Noah plays the Scryland here, but depending on like the context of his hand, I mean, if we are going to plan on dig through timing, then I don't like playing the Scryland because we can just dig through time and the Scry really doesn't matter in that situation. So that looks to be Noah's line. Is if I don't dissolve, I'm just going to dig through time because he plays an island. So he's going to pass back to Ben, who draws a Temple of Triumph off the top. Doesn't even try to say, no, I didn't draw this one off the top. He keeps his card off the Scry on top. Noah's going to be able to dig through time.
Boy, that card. I love that card. I'm not even going to try to hide it. That is a card I enjoy.
Yeah, I remember when I first played with it, and like when I first started this format, I was playing a similar type of control deck, and I was like, after playing with it a couple times, like this card is nuts.
Yeah, it's
just
nutty.
insane.
It's very good.
So, in response to the dig through time, Ben's gonna lightning strike Noah. Then he's going to trigger the Ascendancy loot, discard. I think another lightning strike.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I imagine the card that Ben has on top then, if he's discarding a lightning strike, is Raise the Alarm. Otherwise, because like there's no reason to keep up 2 mana here, unless his grip is just ridiculous.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, there's no reason to discard that lightning strike when it's just 3 damage, draw a card, discard a card.
Yeah, I mean, Raise the Alarm would be stellar. Noah now, though, having the chance to set up this blue-black control list is in a pretty good spot. I mean,
He's
it
at
looks
11
like
though, so I mean, he needs some like Radiant Fountains to get to a little bit of a higher life total.
Yeah.
But he does have Bile-Blight in hand, so even in step Raise the Alarm here isn't super great. And but he doesn't have enough mana to leave up like Bile-Blight, Disdainful Stroke, Dissolve, which would be good. So he's gonna keep his Scry on top, and he's gonna pay 4 mana to cast a Perilous Fault.
There's your Perilous Fault that you've been waiting for.
So Ben does not have a Raise the Alarm end step, which is interesting. I wonder why he discarded. So his hand must be really good if he's discarding lightning strikes with 2 when he has the mana to cast them.
Yeah. So what do we see here? A Rabble Master?
Whirling
Outburst. Disdainful Stroke in Noah's hand does not hit that.
Does not, nope. It's going to discard, draw a Shivan Reef off the loot, and then discard a Shivan Reef.
I kind of like the line from Ben here.
I like having the Lightning Strike still in hand.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he has a Wild Slash in hand. Ugh.
I mean, that card's essentially dead in this game.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Lightning Strike. It's more damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so Noah's going to untap with a Perilous Fault in play, and now he's just going to...
Crack the vault? Or do you wait for Ben to try and...
Let's see. No, I probably just would crack the vault here. Ben's not going to continue to extend into this board, because he already has, 3 dudes in play and then an Ascendancy, so I think he's already pretty well set. Can't imagine he's going to cast any more permanents to the board.
Sure.
So I'm just going to blow this thing up and make sure that Ben doesn't really get any further value out of this Jeskai Ascendancy, which, I mean, he is here. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's a... he's looking to go.
Yeah, so now I imagine Noah's going to gonna blow this thing up.
There you go. So in response to combat, Noah says, I'm going to crack the vault.
Yeah.
Put all your guys in exile.
But Ben can still, like...
He has the ability to loot in response.
Yeah, he has the ability to loot. He can... I think he's going to cast a Stoke the Flames here. And then he's going to loot. And then he can, like, discard Wild Slash.
Yeah. So Ascendancy.
So Ascendancy trigger. He's going to untap his guys. I don't know what he drew and then discarded. So you're going to cast another Stoke the Flames here. No did Disdainful Stroke the first one. But he's going to take damage from that one. Ben is going to loot again. And then he's going to untap his dudes again. And I think he might just Wild Slash here. No, I guess. I don't know if we're getting a better time to use Wild Slash, especially when we have a couple of lands in our hand. And now he's going to charge Reverse.
Okay.
So...
Wow.
So
He's
back into it.
He's trying to refill.
He's not trying. He just drew 3 cards. Just Ancestral recalled. So. He drew Raise the Alarm. Looks like another land. I mean, if Ben had like a follow up, like if his follow up was Rabble Master off of that Treasure Cruise, this would be a pretty good turn for him. But I don't think he. You know, so he's got a Hurling Outburst. So.
What if he had played another Ascendancy? Is that what you're looking for, or would you rather have the Rabble Master?
No, I think I'd rather have the Rabble Master for that reason right there, and that our guys all just died to Bile-Blight.
Yep.
So Ben gonna play a Scryland, and he's got Raise the Alarm, which is a pretty good threat. You can play it, on Noah's turn, but I think Noah's sort of stabilized here. Although, I mean, he has had a precarious 7 life, so it's only 2 burn spells, which is kind of scary. So Noah in the tank, whether he should dig through time here. If he dig through times, he essentially taps out. He has to tap 4 mana. He only could leave up a Disdainful Stroke.
Yep.
I don't particularly like this. Like this we die now to
a lot.
We die to Stoke the Flames Lightning Strike.
Yeah.
We wouldn't otherwise, but he probably just put him on not having it. If he had Stoke the Flames, he would have just stoked us.
Well, there's the Wild Slash.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Go to 5. Sure.
You're not
shock me, bro.
Not impressed with the shock, huh?
Not impressed with shock. Sorry.
Oh boy.
I think it's a good card, but not in this match.
Yeah, just don't want to see it.
But yeah, as I was saying, if Ben had Stoke, he probably would have stoked us while he sat out in Ascendancy. Plus, it's like the likelihood of him drawing another one after already casting 2 is pretty low.
Yeah, very true.
Let's see what Noah sees off his dig through time. Looks like some polluted Delta. I think another dig through time. Looks like Silumgar.
I want to see him cast that card. I'm excited for Silumgar.
I can't imagine he's going to cast that card, but yeah, I don't know. I've been wrong a couple of times.
I mean, it deals with tokens. It does. It's got hexproof.
He's got it face down, so I think he is looking to cast a Silumgar, and it looks like he's going to take a dig through time as well.
If he plays the Pug Dragon, I'll be happy. I'm excited to see that guy.
I think that's his line here. If he's taking a Silumgar,
you play
dig through time.
Play the Pug Dragon.
No. So Ben's going to raise the alarm, which I think probably needs an answer to be answered.
Where's the Silumgar, Noah? You should have cast it. Should have had that Pug Dragon.
Yeah, I can't imagine he had very good options if he was willing to take Silumgar, because I just don't think that card is very good in this spot. He's at 5.
Yeah.
We can't pay 7 mana to tap out and then
play the Silumgar.
So sure enough, the Raise the Alarm gets dissolved.
Yep.
Noah keeps his card on top. Ben does have a Hero's Downfall. I mean, Ben drew a Rabble Master, but Noah has a Hero's Downfall. He also has Murderous Cut. So
he's got a bunch of removal.
Yeah, he's not living very long.
He's not going to make it to combat.
No, he is not. Yeah, that Goblin token is not coming into play.
Goblin token's not needed. There's the cut. Full cut, though.
Full cut. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Why not?
The only thing we died to was 2 Lightning Strikes. If he had it, he would have done it to us last turn when we tapped out.
Very true.
And there's Radiant Fountain. Man... My
Here
kingdom
comes.
for a Pearl.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Silumgar.
No.
We cast it with Dissolve mana up?
Oh,
it cost 6 mana?
Yeah.
Oh, man. The card's way better than I thought. I thought it cost 6.
And there's the Dissolve to shut down
Get this Treasure Cruise out of here.
Oh, boy.
Get that garbage out of here, Ben Sliwa.
Oh, here he is, the Drifting Death.
Yeah, so I think Noah kept his Dissolve on top there, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He can attack
Disdainful
trigger.
Stroke.
Yeah, alright, dude. Have fun. Better draw some burn spells.
Silumgar, baby.
Ben draws a card. Looks like he passes back. Noah's going to dig through Jace's Ingenuity.
Oh, boy.
Alright. And then there's a Crux of Fate. Noah should just cast it for value,
Naming non-dragons.
Non-dragons.
Cast it to cast it.
Yeah. Maybe get a, well...
Ben losing here to the Pug Dragon.
Looks like Noah's going to also dig through time here.
Holy cow.
No fear. Not going to die to anything from Ben. There are no 7-mana burn spells in this format, thank God.
Boy, Ben, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the Crater's Clause?
There you go.
To just end it.
Well, that would put him to 6. It's also a sorcery, so...
Oh, very true.
Yeah. Alright. Noah digs, quickly takes a couple of cards. This game is pretty much over, though. Ben's really only hope is drawing a 4-mana burn spell and another 4-mana burn spell and hoping that our opponent has a handful of removal spells and cards that really don't do anything.
Nope.
Sure enough,
That is not the case here.
draw a bunch of lands and we just die.
We're on the fence there. Silumgar finally cast. I'm excited about that guy. I like him.
Yeah, I think he's pretty sweet. I mean, his -1/-1 ability is sweet, especially in this matchup, although being a 6-drop is kind of slow.
It does take him a little while to get out there. That is very true.
Alright, so moving on to sideboards. I know we've already had these two players
Both on camera already.
both on
tonight.
camera already.
Yep.
So we'll move on to their sideboards and see what we want to bring in. Alright.
What do you got for Noah?
For Noah, he has 4 Thought Seizes,
Yep.
2 Dark Betrayals,
Alright.
2 Negates, 3 Drown in Sorrows, 3 Jurubai Murklurker, and a Perilous Fault. So I think this is a matchup where you really like Jurubai Murklurker. It's 2/4, cast Lifelink. Seems good. Sign me up. I think we also...
Thoughtseize? You play Thoughtseize here or no?
Yeah, I play Thoughtseize.
Rob them of their
Yeah.
X relevant card in their hand, right?
I mean, they have there are a lot of relevant cards, I think, in this deck. So that's one of the advantages. It plays a lot of good cards. But,
Yeah.
You can take their engine and like the Ascendancy and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to bring them all in, but maybe. I imagine Ben is going to be a little bit more aggressive. So Thoughtseize, I don't know how
Maybe
good it is
not.
if he's super aggressive, but I do like it in that it answers anything, and it answers one of the harder cards for Noah to deal with, and Jeskai Ascendancy.
I will say, I hope Ben does take that line. I hope he does take the more aggressive approach and doesn't try to sideboard into the other control deck,
Yeah,
which is sometimes what we see. You know what I mean? Like we had the
Don't do that.
yeah. It's not a good idea. I would not recommend that. Do not, if you are playing like a token deck and you or not even a token deck, even if you're playing like we saw the mono black aggro try to sideboard into a control deck against another control deck, and it was dismal.
Don't try to out-control the control
Yeah,
deck when
do
you're
not-
like a somewhat aggressive deck.
Yeah, it's just not worth
And
it.
I think this tokens deck is a little bit better chance than the mono black aggro just because it has like cards like Jeskai Ascendancy and
Sure.
Treasure Cruise where it can
Sure.
sort of like keep up.
Fair enough.
So I also like Drown in Sorrows, and I think I like some number of negates, but I don't know if I like negate over Thoughtseize. So cards I don't like though. I'm sorry, Silumgar. I mean, you're a good way
Really?
to close the game out, but you're a 6-drop. So
You
I'm
don't-
taking out things like that.
You don't like Silumgar, but
Ugin, if Ugin's in this deck,
Yeah.
CEO wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah, he's out for sure.
Gone.
He's gone.
Crux of Fate, CEO wouldn't want to be
But
ya.
you leave Pearl Lake in?
Yeah.
You
I
like-
leave.
So you leave Pearl Lake in, but you don't leave Silumgar
Okay,
in?
alright.
What is
maybe,
wrong?
like, the thing is, you can play Pearl Link Ancient and you can, like,
Okay.
flash it in.
Alright.
I don't know. Maybe I take one of. I have one win condition. Alright?
Alright.
It's either Pearl Lake Ancient, which
Or
doesn't
Sil-
die to anything,
Uh-huh.
or it's Silumgar, which.
Doesn't die to anything.
He dies to things. He
And
dies to Perilous
hostilities?
Fault and
Okay.
your Perilous Faults and stuff
Alright.
like that.
Alright.
So
So he
but I-
dies to your own spells.
Yeah, but I imagine when you're casting Silumgar, you can't lose after that.
I'm pretty sure
You know,
it's
it's
very
very
hard.
difficult to lose after
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So, but I am probably going down to like one-ish.
One Silumgar. Okay,
One
so-
win condition.
so-
There's one win condition in my deck.
Alright,
after this.
alright.
All right. We'll move on to
What do we got
Ben's
for Ben?
sideboard. Ben has 2 Valorous Stance, an Elspeth, 2 Anger of the Gods, 2 Erases, 4 Disdainful Strokes, and 4 Glare of Heresies. All right, so I think this is pretty easy for Ben. I like the Elspeths,
I like
or
the
the
Elspeth,
Elspeth, and then the Disdainful Strokes. There's an argument to be made about Valorous Stance. Is it good in this matchup? It only has one mode, so I'm going to say no. It's out.
In Valorous Stance is the Fate Reforged card,
Yeah,
correct?
the new split card where it's target creature gains indestructible, or target creature with toughness 4 or greater, destroy target creature with
Target
toughness
creature
4 or greater.
for 1 white, 1 colorless instant speed. Target creature gains indestructible on turn, or destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't particularly like it. It only has one mode, and I don't think it's like a great mode in gaining indestructible. Cards that I don't like, or things I'm about boarding out of Ben's deck, I am snap boarding out the 2/2, the Soulfire Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although I mean it has the ability. We have the ability to go along with it.
Sure.
Just gain card advantage by continually getting our spells back. Wild Slash for sure. Throwing that out of my
Don't
deck
like the shot.
as far as it can go.
You know, we have still not seen the Monastery Mentor from Ben.
We haven't. You know,
which is crazy.
I wonder if Ben was unable to pick those up.
It does. Well, he was. No, I know he was.
Yeah, why? I could play one win condition against the Disdainful Stroke when his name is Pearl Lake Agent, because he's uncounterable. So yeah, sure, have your Disdainful Strokes. That's why I like Pearl Lake Agent, because
That's why you like Pearl Lake Ancient over Silumgar?
yeah, you mean you can't counter it, and you know it doesn't die.
You know why I like Silumgar? Is because
He's a pug-faced dragon.
Well, first of all, he's a pug-faced dragon, which immediately means you should be playing him. Secondly, you play your Elspeth. Congratulations. My Silumgar not only doesn't die to your Elspeth, but then also kills all of your Elspeth tokens.
This is a fair point.
But I get that. I get the one condition against 4 Disdainful Strokes coming in from the sideboard if we're assuming Ben is going to bring them in, which he most likely will.
Yeah, he's for sure bringing them.
I agree. It's a very risky play. The other interesting thing is I noticed that they weren't in the sideboard, and we haven't seen this from Noah either, is he has Ashiok somewhere.
Does he?
He either has 2 or 1.
Okay. I don't particularly like that card in this matchup.
I don't either. So I don't know. That card can be removed, and then maybe then you have your extra slots for the win conditions. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what you clear up. You remove the Ashiok, which is essentially kind of weak here, because what are you really stealing from your opponent,
yeah,
right?
It's super bad.
And then you have the ability to play Silumgar and your Pearl Lake Agent still, and now you've got double win condition. Maybe you leave your Ugin in, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure Noah's taking the Ugin out.
See, this is why I'm bad with these control decks.
Why?
Like I'm always on like the boarding out to one win condition, and that's why I always went to time with them. I'm terrible.
Well, I think
them.
no. The last time we played Control v Control.
Well, you're even worse than I am. So.
I'm awful. Respectively, I'm just terrible. But you played so tight, like.
No, man.
Dude, you spackled yourself to that seat. That's how tight you were.
You're just mad because I played around the one out you had.
The one out I had in my hand.
Yeah. All right.
Come on, guys.
Enough about rehashing standard from, like, I don't know.
Oh,
you're still salty that you couldn't cast your Sphinx's Revelation that I continuously played around.
I wanted to win.
All right. Game 2 underway. No Appa game. Ben's going to cast a Flooded Strand and then crack a Flooded Strand and move his graveyard rudely off to where no one can see it.
Yeah, very strange that he's, as we've asked him already to shift it back, Ben refusing. So Noah started off with just
a temple, and I think he kept it on top. Or he's waiting for Ben to resolve his fetch before he scries. I imagine it is that. Just trying to shortcut. So Ben draws a Temple of Triumph for the turn, but he is going to play a Shivan Reef and then cast a Soulfire Grandmaster.
So this is, I mean, is this a card that
I don't think
really wants to answer right away?
No, I don't think so. I think it only gets scary when Ben starts having a bunch of mana to be able to buy back his spells. So Noah going to play a Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn back to Ben. Well, I mean, like, 2/2s get in their chip shots, and those chip shots do matter when you're playing against a deck with a bunch of burn. So Ben gonna attack in for 2, gonna put Noah to 18, and then he's gonna go up to 21. Looks like he is going to crack another fetch land and go get an island. Alright. Let's see. Imagine he could play. I imagine he's going to play an Ascendancy here for. Because can't cast Outburst. Yep. So Ben is going to play Jeskai Ascendancy. See if Noah has the gates. He does not. So Ben has a resolved Jeskai Ascendancy. So this draw is pretty decent for Ben, especially against Noah's hand, which I think Noah still has Crux of Fate.
Yeah.
In his deck, which, like I said, don't know if I particularly like that card.
Yeah, Ben really having kind of all the things he wants right away. I mean, maybe not the correct creature, but
yeah. But Noah's going to Bioblight that.
Sure.
And kind of hope here to untap and play a blue land so he can hold up Dissolve next turn. And there is said island off the top, but he already had an island in hands. So
yeah.
He's going to ship the turn back to Ben, who draws another Temple of Triumph. And Ben is going to scry away and ship that card to the bottom. So Ben has, looks like, a Hordling Outburst that he can't cast in his hand yet, and then Raise the Alarm, which he can cast, and I imagine he'll cast on end step next at the end of Noah's turn.
At the end of Noah's turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Noah drew a dig through time for the turn, mulling over which land to play here. So he's going to play the Radiant Fountain, gain 2, go back up to 20, or back up to 19. And then Ben is going to end step, play Raise the Alarm, trigger the Ascendancy.
He looked like I dare say it was the card that I had been asking for to see, but I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was that or the Soulfire one, the Soulfire Grandmaster.
So Noah there dissolves the Crux. I mean, he dissolves the Raise the Alarm, which is kind of weird because he has Crux of Fate in his hand.
Sure.
But I mean, I guess the 2 tokens allow Ben to maybe do some busted things with Ascendancy and Stoke the Flames and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible we could just die. So
you probably don't want to leave him on board, correct?
But this is a card that I'd much rather kill.
Sure.
Although I guess even still, we can still untap and Crux of Fate this.
Yep.
So I think our worst case scenario, would have been, I don't know, Ben casting like a Treasure Cruise or something like that last turn. But Noah gonna Crux of Fate away that Goblin Rabblemaster.
Boy, I'd hate to. I mean, it would have been impressive had Ben had the Stubborn Denials. I mean, the Stubborn Denial right there would have been extremely timely. I know he doesn't play him in his sideboard, but even then, you'd get the trigger from Ascendancy. You'd stop the board wipe. I mean,
yep. But I think Ben is going to be able to reload here after this board wipe. Looks like he's going to cast a Treasure Cruise.
Yep.
And trigger Ascendancy. So he's going to draw, Raise the Alarm.
No, I'm making sure that the graveyard is correct there.
So make sure he has the 6 cards necessary to delve away to cast that Treasure Cruise. Ben deciding here which card he wants to discard off the loot he has. So I think they discarded a Raise the Alarm there. He's going to draw 3. He drew Lightning Strike, Soulfire Grandmaster, and a Shivan Reef. Play that Shivan Reef for turn.
Would you like to see come out? I mean, another Rabblemaster would be
No,
stellar.
yeah. Ben has the Standful Stroke in hand, so I think he's just banking and holding up, open that.
Yeah.
Just gonna end step cast Raise the Alarm, so he didn't discard it. I have no idea what he did discard. He's gonna trigger his Ascendancy. Raise the Alarm is going to resolve, and he's gonna get 2 tokens.
I see my favorite Pugface Dragon made his way into Noah's hand.
Yes,
so I'm incredibly excited about that.
Perfect Disdainful Stroke target.
I know, huge disdainful stroke target. Let's hope it isn't the Matt Dow single win condition.
Oh yeah,
Pugface Dragon.
Let's pray, or else we're on the Bill Ben plan. I mean, we're already nearly there. He's cast a Treasure Cruise. He's looted a bunch of times. Man, I can't tell you how many times my
we might be able to get him.
got thought seized, and then I was like, well, we're on the Millia plan.
Oh baby, let's see what happens. Is Noah still pondering the?
Yeah, he's pondering. I think Noah's wondering whether he wants to Bioblade here or he is going to Bioblade here,
which seems smart as Ben has no mana up to.
Yeah. To negate it.
Yeah.
Anything like that, or maybe cast a million spells.
Ben drew an Elspeth.
Yeah, Elspeth.
Oh boy,
pretty good.
we could have the famous Elspeth Silmengard showdown here. This could be it.
I'm Ben. I'm not casting
Elspeth.
Probably one of my better cards into 4 open mana.
Yeah, very true.
Especially when I think he has the Grandmaster in his hand.
It's Soulfire Grandmaster.
Soulfire Grandmaster.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like every time I'm about to say that card, I'm about to pronounce it wrong.
It's alright. You'll get it. You'll get the hang of it.
Soulfire Grandmaster. Hurling Outburst, though, seems okay. And that's easy enough to say.
Yep.
I'm going to get 3 goblins. If it resolves.
Yeah, we'll see. Noah has negate in his hand, but after that he doesn't have two. I don't think Noah doesn't have any more permission. Although, to be fair, if he negates here, he can just dig through time. So
Ben looked like he decided to discard the Soulfire Grandmaster and keep a land.
Sure. No, okay. So he has land, Elspeth.
Correct.
He's going to play his Temple of Triumph and Scry. I wonder if Ben has the read here. Yeah, okay. Noah's going to dig through time. Ben's going to Disdainful Stroke.
And then we're going to get a free
Silumgar. Now
Silumgar?
we're going to get Silumgar,
Oh,
I imagine.
baby.
Which,
The dream
Man.
is real.
here comes the egg in my face. There's going to be a 3/7 that Ben is just going to be unable to beat. All right. Oh, and a drown himself.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
Go, dude.
Jeez.
Oh, nice Elspeth.
And Ben knows it. Ben was talking about Silumgar earlier today at the shop, and he knows what the card. I mean, he was even laughing about how useless Elspeth is against this card. I mean, just a beater.
Super useless. See? This is why I'm bad, and I don't play control deck.
I mean, come on.
This would have been a Pearl Lake game for me. Well, I would have been dead.
Would you have cast the dig through time, though, is the question.
Yeah, I would have cast the dig through time.
Huh? Oh, boy. Did he just draw another... Was that a Treasure Cruise?
It's a Disdainful Stroke.
Disdainful Stroke?
Played another Ascendancy, triggered the other Ascendancy, and cast the drew a Disdainful Stroke. So Noah's going to attack in for 3, putting Ben to 13.
I can tell you Ben's not going to be happy about the old pug-faced dragon.
No, certainly not.
That's not what you want to see.
No, definitely not when you have Elspeth in hand. That card is pretty terrible against Silumgar.
What is
Pretty
it?
nice hoser for Elspeth.
I think it's
Better than, it's way better
yes.
than Prognostic Sphinx.
Much better.
Much better.
Well,
no, it takes care of both sides of Elspeth.
That's true. It does. It
doesn't die to Elspeth, and then
Correct.
also
Holy
kills
cow.
the tokens. So there's
This is...
Ben's going to get 2 triggers. He drew a Stoke the Flames off this first trigger. So if Ben gets any token producer here off this, there's a Soulfire Grandmaster.
That might not be bad, though, right now.
No, it might not. I mean, we don't know the context of Noah's hand, but it doesn't die to Silumgar, and any spell we cast, it gets +3/+3 and lifelink. It has lifelink.
And Noah's at low permission right now. I mean, we know that at least. That
we know he only has 2 cards in hand. But,
Yeah.
I mean, he does have 6 mana open. So, see what Ben decides to discard. Looks like a blue card, so he did keep the Soulfire Grandmaster, and it looks like he's going to cast that. Noah says, yeah, I don't care, man.
What is he?
So, Noah does have Drown in Sorrow, so I imagine that he's going to Drown in Sorrow here after. Although, I mean, we get absolutely blown out if we Drown in Sorrow by a wild slash. There's Drown in Sorrow.
The Drown in Sorrow.
That card is dead. Noah's going to scry 1.
Boy. I mean, this might be a spot where Ben can't.
Ben really needs some sort of token producer right here.
I mean, but what tokens you're gonna make tokens and they're gonna die?
No. Ben specifically needs Raise the Alarm here.
Sure.
So that he can end step make tokens and then
not have them die to Silumgar and hopefully kill Noah on the backswing.
Well, they wouldn't. I mean, this is
boy.
a pretty good card.
Yep.
So he's gonna get in poke for 1.
Well, this could actually be some potential here if he decides to...
Yeah, he's going to put him to 18, and I believe Ben has a Stoke the Flames in hand, so this could get out of hand pretty quickly. Noah drew a pretty good one.
It was
Hero's
Downfall.
Downfall.
Jeez!
So, yeah.
I mean, the kid's top decks are great. You can't even be mad.
Well, Ben Sliwa, he can be mad.
Well, Ben Sliwa's going to be mad. You get beat by a pug-faced dragon, I don't care who you are, you're mad.
All right, and there we go.
So we're running the Elspeth without trigger. Oh, interesting. Very interesting play. So he has 3 Ascendancy triggers. The Rabblemaster, gigantic, not really mattering.
No. That Rabblemaster, I imagine, is going to die. Although it will be interesting to see if Noah chooses the Hero's Downfall, the Elspeth or the Rabblemaster.
I mean...
I imagine you just take care of the Rabblemaster because it's an actual card.
Correct.
Where Elspeth right now is not an actual card. It is a nothing.
I mean, this is... I almost thought he discarded it earlier, but he held on to it.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine in
No,
the
it's
face
just
of,
not a card.
in the face of Silumgar, I can't imagine that card actually holds any more value.
I mean, it does if we have a spell.
So there goes the Rabble Master.
Yeah, so I think Ben was banking on there was being able to...
Did he draw another Hero's Downfall?
Yeah.
Holy...
Jeez, must be nice.
Jeez!
It doesn't matter. Ben, honestly, he needed to, like, erase the alarm so that he could end step the tokens and then do something crazy. Or a Hero's Down... end hostilities or something. But it looks like he has a Jeskai Ascendancy in hand and then... a Hordling Outburst.
Yeah, I definitely saw the Hordling Outburst. So is he going to run that out also? Why would?
I think he might play his other Jeskai Ascendancy.
No.
Like I said,
Really?
if he can find a way to produce tokens, so he's gonna Hordling Outburst. If he has Stoke the Flames in hand,
Sure.
or he gets a Stoke the Flames, that's pretty good because then he can, in response to the trigger, Stoke Noah, get all of his guys pumped up, and then live through the trigger and go to 1, and then maybe untap and find some way to kill him.
And Noah isn't targeting Elspeth, so there's a very slim chance that he gets to the ult, but I just doubt it.
No, I mean, he'd die before he gets to ult, so we'll see.
What is...
Ben draws a Treasure Cruise.
That's not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Good fuel.
And
so
he's gonna get to
trigger
3 times, so he's gonna get to find what he... Well, I mean, he could, but he just discards everything. Doesn't have any draw, discard, draw.
Sure.
Yeah, so he's just gonna draw 3 here. Ben really looking for an instant speed spell that costs white or is able to be convoked, because I believe the mana he has open is a Shivan Reef and Plains.
So you're really looking for Stoke the Flames or Raise the Alarm are still what we're looking for, correct?
Yes.
Because we, in response to Silumgar's trigger...
Yeah, we need to, in response to Silumgar's trigger, make our team bigger.
Yeah.
Or else we just die.
Yep. I mean, I can't... I mean, just the fact that you didn't want to play Silumgar, that still gets me. So there's Ben's draw.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at what Ben drew. He's going to play a Temple of Enlightenment. Or Temple of Triumph, my bad. So it looks like he did draw a Racing Alarm.
Wow. This could just be good.
So... No, he drew a Valorous Stance.
Ooh!
So he's going to make his creature indestructible and then make all of his creatures huge.
All of his creatures are 4/4s now.
They are 4/4s.
Oh.
Well, now they're 3/3s after the trigger.
Jeez.
And his 1 soldier is also indestructible.
This is true. So the Valorous Stance, Noah with no permission in hand, has a Hero's Downfall.
Lands and a Hero's Downfall. So...
Oh, boy.
Ben's going to go to 1.
I can't imagine he pulls this out.
You can't? I mean, he has 3 Jeskai Ascendancies in hand. He literally just needs a spell.
I know.
And then he could start going off.
It'd be amazing.
If he gets a spell, he gets 3 triggers and he kills him.
Yeah. And it was Stoke. Oh, jeez. What a good draw. I am Silumgar, you pug face. He didn't help me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, is he turn every... Oh, boy. Why didn't he turn the other 2 soldiers?
No, he's convoking Stoke.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Ben's going to convoke Stoke, target Noah's face. Noah debating whether to cast a Hero's Downfall on one of these many tokens. But it's not really going to do any good because he is currently dead, unless Ben chooses not to attack.
I don't know why you have him at 14. Did I miss a life gain?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is not.
Yeah, so Ben's going to attack now for 18. Noah's going to scoop him up.
Wow.
All right, so take that, Silumgar.
Okay, so my Silumgar, me riding Silumgar to the end did not happen.
No. It got close.
It got very close. I mean, super good game.
To be fair, Pearl Lake Ancient would have been even more miserable there. Although...
Pearl Lake Ancient would not have been as good either.
No.
Yeah,
Silumgar, you're right. I'll admit, I would rather have Silumgar in this matchup than Pearl Lake Ancient. But I think we need both then in that case. Due to the 4 disdainful
yeah,
spells.
and I think if you're kind of following what Joe Lissette had said in chat, you need more than one. You need more than one way to end the game. and I for sure I will apologize to Ben. I mean, his top deck phenomenal. I put all my eggs in one basket, and it was a pug-faced dragon basket. I just really wanted Silumgard to pull that out.
Man, it got close, and it is pretty good against Elspeth.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so that's proven. We're currently in round 3, 1-1, between Noah Cohen and Ben Sliwa. Both guys having been on camera earlier, having good games. Number of X1s here tonight in a 4-round FNM. That was really I still can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, Noah did break off there. He drew Hero's Downfall. I mean, was good for the one Rabble Master.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 2 lands not very good.
Sure. So we're seeing Joe piping in saying he'd also keep Ugin in. Cost 8. Noah doesn't have that many kill cards to kill Ascendancy, and Ugin does take care of Ascendancy.
It does, but it's so slow.
Yeah.
Like, it's so slow. It's 8 mana.
To be fair, though, I know Noah's deck list currently tonight, and he only has 1 Perilous Vault. He isn't running the plethora of 4 as you might have been thinking.
Well, I mean, if we only have 1 out and it's Perilous, so we only have 1 out and it's Perilous Vault.
Correct.
And there's only 1 of them in the deck.
Yes.
And yeah, we might have to run it.
You might have to keep Ugin in also.
Because of that situation where Ben just had 3 Ascendancies and was able to just find whatever card he wanted, the perfect card, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
that's
fair.
It's definitely, I think, the blue-black control deck now with the ability to play Ugin, play a few more creatures, play an Ashiok. I mean, he's definitely taking, I think, a very limited approach to the cards because Noah didn't want to overextend on too many options. You know, I mean, he's playing 1 Ugin, 1 Ashiok, 1 Perilous Vault, 1 or 2 Solemn Guards, and then maybe 1 Pearl Lake Agent.
It's a lot of expensive cards.
It is. It's a lot of expensive cards, but it's also only 1 or 2 of your win conditions. So you're really relying on, like here he put Silumgard was the card that he needed, right? Like that's what he thought he needed to win the game, and it turned out that Ben, I mean, drew a blistering 2 cards back to back, and if that wasn't the power of Treasure Cruise, I mean,
well, I think that was more the power of Jeskai Ascendancy.
Jeskai Ascendancy, of course, yeah, for sure.
Pretty nuts there. So. All right,
Very
we're going to
strong.
start game 3 here. We only have 4 minutes left, so players are going to have to play fast, especially Noah, who, his deck is kind of slow. So we will see. Noah's on the play. He's going to lead off with an Evolving a Dismal Backwater.
Dismal Backwater. Going to go up
apologies.
to 21.
Ben leads on a Mystic Monastery, so he has all of his colors. Noah, once again, has all of his colors. Double black, double blue, after another Dismal Backwater. Ben's going to play a 2/2 with Lifelink. Noah's going to draw, going to play a Polluted Delta, pass. You notice the players are playing pretty quickly here so they can finish in time. Well, Ben's slowing down. So many options now when he gets to 3 mana.
He has a Jeskai Ascendancy in hand. He also has a Hordling Outburst, so he's probably trying to figure out how much he wants to commit to the board at this point.
Yeah, or even just like playing into open mana.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to ride this 2/2 to victory. I don't imagine that's going to work for him, so it would be really good if he had like a Raise the Alarm that he could, play on Noah's end step, and then he can also get the Scry in. So Noah's going to Bile-Blight end step the Soulfire Grandmaster. He is stuck on 3 lands, but he has quite a few Dissolves in hand and a Disdainful Stroke, so he has enough cards here to survive a couple of turns.
Well, the initial onslaught really is what he's trying to survive.
Yep.
I think it'll be interesting to see if Ben, I don't think he made any sideboard changes, so if he happens to live long enough or to break down the permission and can happen to get an Elspeth out, I mean, it's a really good way to end the game.
Yeah. Ben has a couple of Jeskai Ascendancies in hand. Noah draws a 4th land after cracking his fetch and dissolving. Ben draws a Rabble Master. So plays a Shivan Reef as his 5th land. Going to cast a Goblin Rabble Master. Noah, I imagine, is going to dissolve this. He's going to scry. Probably just looking for lands here. Although he does have a Dig Through Time now active. Draws a Radiant Fountain, goes up to 22. Ben plays a 6th land. So let's see what Ben's options are here.
He's going to
fetch, go to 21.
Still has,
cast Ascendancy here, I
yeah,
think.
still has the Ascendancy in hand.
I think he might have 2 Ascendancies, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Boy, am I wrong? Is he not playing the Monastery?
He might not be.
That's insane to me.
It seems weird to me, too, but I think that card's nuts.
I feel like that card
seen
is
it.
just insane in this deck.
Watched quite a few games from Ben.
Yeah.
So, well, there's
Well,
Elspeth.
yeah.
Doesn't care. Gonna get
Has the
Disdainful
permission.
Stroked. And I think Noah has 5 cards in his graveyard, so he's gonna dig here, exiling. And let's see what he finds.
Oh,
Looks like he's got I think he'd probably just take Drown in Sorrow and a land, I think is what he took. Passing up on a Jace's Ingenuity.
and a Silver?
I don't know, I didn't see the
Didn't
first card
see
he
it.
took.
I would
Looks like
assume-
another dig in a Drown in Sorrow. So he's gonna play the Temple of Deceit, scry, ship it to the bottom. And I imagine send it back to Ben. With Dissolve backup. Ben draws. It's like a
Soulfire?
Soulfire Grandmaster.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, now he's got enough mana to activate and keep getting his spells back. The question is, what spells?
Yeah, I don't know if that's really even pertinent right now.
Yeah, he has at least 1 Jeskai Ascendancy in hand. So, let's see what Ben decides to do here. 21 seconds-ish left. So Ben's going to tap 3, play a Jeskai Ascendancy. You know it's going to snap Dissolve.
Now, do you run out the...
Yeah, I play everything. There's
Sure.
9 seconds left. Nope, Ben just going to pass back. And Noah's going to play...
The Murklurker.
The Jurubai Murklurker.
The Murklurker.
2/4 lifelinker. Actually,
he
no, he's not a 2/4 lifelinker. Noah does not have a swamp. He's a 1/3 lifelinker.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Oh, we never thought we'd see this day.
Where's the Watery Graves? Oh, no.
man.
1/3, he dies to Lightning Strike.
does.
Would not play.
Oh my god. That is salivating probably. It's like, I've never lightning striked a Jurubai Murklurker. I can't wait to do it.
This 1/4 Murklurker, 1/3 Murklurker. Get out of here. You draft uncommon.
Ben's gonna untap. Gonna draw.
Down to 20?
Yeah,
What
he
to
fetched.
Yep.
He's gonna
Soulfire.
pay 2, cast Soulfire Grandmaster, and now it looks like he's going to Treasure Cruise.
Oh.
So
Boy, was that going to be a delved Treasure Cruise that bounced back to his hand?
he still gets the bounce back. The
Sure.
ability still goes on the stack.
Yes.
So Ben is still going to get this Treasure Cruise back in his hand.
That's kind of fun.
Kind of fun. I think it's going to be too slow. I mean, we're at time, so
Well, they're on turns, and I can't think this 1/3 Murklurker is really gonna tear through a lot of people.
hey man, Noah can dig through time for a swamp, but he played
There he
yeah,
comes.
played an island for the turn, so that's out.
Murklurker. He's on the warpath.
He's on the warpath. Ben down to 19. Only 19 more turns to go, unless we find a swamp.
I don't think.
Ben finds a Shipping Reef. Ben has his ability to hardcast Treasure Cruise here, which we know he has since he bought it back.
Hordling Outburst.
Portling Outburst instead. Noah says, I don't care, whatever, neither of us are winning this game.
We can triple block the Murklurker now.
We can. Oh man.
Amazing.
Jeez. Can't even attack with that Murklurker.
You can't.
Get
The
that garbage outta
Murklurker's
here.
he's dead now. What an awful. Come on.
What a terrible card.
terrible sideboard card.
Ben's going to
Murklurker.
Treasure Cruise. Noah in response is going to dig through time, exiling 3. We're probably looking for a Disdainful Stroke here.
Is this
Or a swamp. Or, I don't know, any X.
is this Wizards of the Coast ban list? I play a ban card. You play a ban card.
Yeah. No, it looks like he found a Bile Blight and a billion lands. I think, yeah.
There's a Take the Swamp.
So it's the ever sweet Bile Blight 6 lands.
Yeah.
So this Treasure Cruise is gonna resolve, but I mean, the
The
triple block of the Murklurker I can't imagine happening here.
What if he stokes the flame? Stoke the flames of Murklurker?
You got him, man. How else is
Oh, he can't. He has no other land. Oh boy.
It's gonna pass. No, it's gonna Bile Blight.
Oh,
We're on turn 3 now.
that Murklurker's about to get huge.
No,
Oh, he didn't take the swamp.
no.
No.
Took the Scryland, man.
Oh no.
He went for the
He went for the
card
draw.
selection value over the point of damage.
I can't imagine
Don't
that.
playing a control deck, man. He's got 19
You
turns.
wouldn't want to turn on the Merklurker?
Oh, I always want to turn on Merklurkers.
If the Merklurker dies, I'm going to be sad.
No, bash in for 1. Move to turn 4. All right, let's find out what Noah's outs here are. Can't even temporal trespass for extra turns because there aren't any extra turns left. If we become immense, berserk.
Become immense, channel berserk my Merklurker, kill you, is really good. If you let...
Oh, no!
There it is!
What a bad man.
It happened! Yeah!
Ben stoked the flaming dice. If this was the Players' Championship, Noah would win still. So 19-18, I think this game is going to end in a draw.
It will be a draw.
But
boy.
Noah asks, "Can you beat this?" And Ben says, "Yeah, I got a treasure cruise. What do you have?" "Oh,
you don't.
Car's bad. Drown and Sorrow? Yeah, I can play around that."
I mean, does Ben win automatically because he killed the Merklurker?
No, I don't think that's.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's
not a
rule
win.
in the
That's
game
not
of
a win
Magic.
condition.
No,
You
it's
can't
not.
just kill the
No.
Merklurker. Okay. So
They didn't errata that rule in.
how did we get to a draw?
Well, Noah is playing a control deck,
Yeah.
and he took the 3/7 that you were so fond of. That was very good against Elspeth. Takes a while to heal people from 20 life.
I mean, well, last game it didn't. Last game he was going.
It took him it takes he was on a 7-turn clock. And
He was.
Ben was constantly triggering ascendancies and mulling over looting and stuff like that. So
Very true.
That's how games take a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see the players' D sideboard here. Ben bringing in the Disdainful Strokes. Noah bringing in the Merklurkers. A
The
negate.
gates.
Interesting. So the Valorous stance.
Ben brought those in.
Definitely came
Like I
in.
said, don't particularly like those.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I'm kind of wondering. We'll get into round 4 here shortly, guys. We will be back in a second after the players' D sideboard.